Hello everyone, and welcome to the Testament live stream of episode 5, Rising Tides. It is so good to have you here. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Paul Sørstad. I am the creator and the director of Testament, which, if you don't know, if this is the first live stream you've ever attended and you have no idea what this is all about, Testament is a modern retelling, or an alternate modern day retelling of the Book of Acts. So we take the story of the Book of Acts and we set it in this world that looks a lot like ours, but it is distinctly different. But rather than explain it, there's lots of stuff on this channel. There's lots of stuff on, if you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, there's lots of stuff on our Facebook page. Go around, check us out, or even better, head over to angel.com/testament to watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and actually today, episode 6 is out as well. How cool is that? But enough of that. You are here for the live stream of episode 5. I know some of you have already seen it and you're just joining in the fun. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys being here. And some of you are waiting every week for the live stream. You are dedicated to watching these on this live stream. So I'm so glad you came back. Thank you so much. Now remember, as always, these live streams are up for 24 hours. That means that this episode 5, will be up from the time of airing this for 24 hours, and then the episode is going to be taken down, which means make the most of it. Share it with friends, share it with family. Make sure you don't miss out. I got some comments on last week going, oh, I missed out on episode 4, which I'm sorry if you did, because episode 4 last week was a heavy one, everyone, wasn't it? We dealt with the story of Ananias and Sapphira. It was a big one. But got some great comments, a lot of engagement on that. So thank you very much for attending. But we don't want that to happen again. We don't want people to miss out watching an episode again. So do share it, like it, make sure everyone knows about it. And in fact, right now, what would be good, if you're watching this live, if you are on the live stream, there should be a live chat box to, it depends which way you're seeing this, on the side of this screen anyway, and you'll be able to write a comment. Do that. Write anything you like. Write an encouragement. Write where you're watching from, where in the world you are, whatever you want to put down. Just what it helps with is it gets the algorithm going, and that sounds really odd, but what happens when you're on social media platforms like this is as soon as you comment, it recognizes that people are engaging with the video, and therefore it'll put the video out to more people who might not have initially engaged. So it's a really simple way of actually helping spread the news and spread the word, just by simply writing something in the comments. So do that. We also have our chat enabled, I think, for afterwards. So if you're watching comments enabled, like always. So if you're watching after the live stream, then head down and write something in the comments, because it's just great to hear from you. I love seeing where you're all watching from. It's really exciting. It's really uplifting. I absolutely love it. Anyway, tonight's show. Tonight we've got a cool one. We're going to be screening episode 5, yes, but after the screening, you want to stick around because I'll be interviewing 3 wonderful cast members to chat about their experience, especially on this episode, but also throughout. So we've got the wonderful Mohadi Masugu, who plays Mary of Magdala. We've got Mido Hamada, who plays Captain of the Temple Guard, and we've got Hannah McIver, who plays Dana. These are characters that you've all met, Dana not so much, but a little bit more in this episode. You've met her, but you've maybe not spent as much time with her, but you'll get that chance to this time. But I'm going to interview them. They are absolutely wonderful people, so stick around after the live stream so you can hear my interview with them. It's a bit different this time. I had to chat to them on Zoom, so I did that earlier, but it's still a great, engaging conversation. It's just they're not going to be physically with me at this table because To be honest, this table is a little small and I don't think it would fit all 4 of us. But it's going to be great. I'm sure you are going to love it. Now remember, today, episode 6 is already out. So if you head over to angel.com/testament right after this live stream's done, you can join the Angel Guild if you're not joined already, and you can watch episode 6 right now. If the cliffhanger is too much to bear and you absolutely have to see the next one, head over to angel.com/testament and join up to the Angel Guild. And then you can watch episodes 1 to 6 as many times as you like, and you'll also be one of the first people to see the next episodes as well. What else? Yeah, well, before we start, so last week I played a little video to show you a bit of the read-through, which was really incredible. It was the first time we got all the cast together, or not even all the cast, it was about half the cast together to read through 8 episodes, and that was wonderful. But what we also did on this show, which is unusual for most TV shows, is we actually did a rehearsal. We rehearsed it in as much as a chronological order as you can, because usually with TV and with film, you're shooting everything out of order. So one day you might be shooting a scene from episode 8, 4 and 2 all at the same time. And so I wanted to be able to have at least an experience for the actors and for myself to go through the whole story, hitting the big scenes chronologically. So we had 4 weeks of rehearsal, about half days each day. Where I got to spend time with the actors and really go through it. So we actually had a BTS team there filming and doing small interviews as that went on. So I'd love to share that video with you because, yeah, it's certainly some fond memories for me. So enjoy.
Yeah. Right, let's give it another go.
Why are you not speaking?
So pretty.
Rehearsals have gone really well. It's just been great. It's not usual, I think, in TV or film to have such a long rehearsal process, but we've had 4 weeks just going through the whole show chronologically with a lot of the major scenes because we're shooting so out of order. They're shooting episode A or episode 6, episode 5 or whatever. So to have at least the history of going through it once, it's been really good, and they're so brilliant. Yeah, I've been blown away. They're brilliant. I've had a really good. They're good 4 weeks.
Rehearsals have been absolutely brilliant. They couldn't have gone really any better, I feel. Seeing how the actors have grown from like day one in their characters, finding out more about really the world and then finding about their characters, and then how they've used that into the last episodes that we've just been rehearsing, has been wonderful, just seeing them develop in their character. And it's been amazing for me as a script supervisor because I'm able to kind of sequentially see what their thought process is. You know, I can understand blocking before we go even onto set, and it just makes my life easier because I just have a better solid understanding that I can tell Paul on the day, and yeah, it's just been honestly a whirlwind, and I've absolutely loved it.
Been really enjoying rehearsals. It's been great fun just getting into the character, engaging with the other characters in the scenes, because you don't really get too much rehearsal time on stuff normally, but it's just been great to, be able to engage with them and kind of work stuff out together. And just working with Paul, he just kind of lets us kind of cook and bring what we want to bring and then kind of molds from there, which is, yeah, just a really lovely process.
The rehearsals have been absolutely fantastic because it's my first experience here working on a project in London, and I'm from this very Bollywood way of working, and here it's just so organized here that it feels like you're not working, but you want to push yourself harder because of the caliber of people in the room and just the talent that's around you. You don't want to compete with them, but it's about not wanting to disappoint them.
I found it like the most safe room I've ever had rehearsals in, but Paul is so good. He's just so good. He gives it such a nice environment of real creativity, and all of the other actors, that bleeds into everyone, so everyone's just really like open, and it's been a really fulfilling and juicy experience. One of the best I've ever had.
Amazing. I'm genuinely quite sad it's over. It's been really great, and the more rehearsals we do on it, the deeper we're going into it, finding all the nuance and everything. It's been wonderful. I'm really going to miss it, but ready to start.
I think it's been different. You get to rehearse with people that you're going to be performing with over however many weeks. Normally you come in and you meet the person for first or second time. I've got to sit down with other characters that I'll be doing a lot with, and that's been really, really good. And also I get to see people that I'm not going to be doing so much with. So you kind of become a little testament family, which is always good.
Oh, well, amazing. We're very lucky to have them on a TV show, because you just don't anywhere else in my experience. And yeah, Paul is fantastic. He's not in the room, so I can tell he's really good. He's really, really good. All the notes that he gives are so clear and so helpful, and he's also one of the writers. It's also such a rare thing to have someone go, I wrote it and I'm also directing it, so you can kind of hear the writer sometimes come out, or you can hear the director also give different notes. But yeah, it's an honour to call this my job. Yeah, I've loved it.
Yeah, I love those 4 weeks. They were really wonderful. And yes, they might have said nice things about me there, which is all lovely, but honestly, the work they put in, all the cast during those weeks, the amount of dedication they poured in, the insight, the work, the hours, it was truly tremendous. We're tackling something that is like 4 films at the same time. And so for them to have the focus to be able to journey through that, yeah, just tremendous. Honestly, the cast of this, I think us here at Rawlight, we couldn't be prouder of the team. So yeah, to all you wonderful cast who I'm sure are watching as well, at least some of you, thank you, because you are absolutely wonderful and just excellent. Okay, right, we are nearing the time to watch episode 5, and this is a very, very exciting episode. I can't wait for you to see it, because it is full of action, it's full of drama, it is, yeah, we really hit there. I don't want to ruin it, but it's very good. I'm excited. I'm excited for you to see it. I love when you guys write in the comments as you're watching as well. It fills me with a lot of joy, to be honest. I really enjoy it. But remember, after the episode live stream, we're going to go into an interview with the 3 wonderful actors who play Mary, the Captain, and Dana. If you're watching this and the video doesn't play, the episode doesn't play, and we skip straight to that, that's because we've taken the episode down, because we're only keeping the episodes up on YouTube and on Facebook for 24 hours. So you've only got 24 hours. So remember, share, watch. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time, guys, because as always, I speak for far too long during these periods, and I'm sorry. But thank you for indulging me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Can't quite express it, but thank you very much. So here it is, episode 5, Rising Tides. And there it is, episode 5, Rising Tides. What an exciting episode, my goodness. Some of those moments are just, we are finally starting to see some pieces fall together. And I just love Stephen here being put into the 7 deacons. Like it fills my heart with so much warmth. I love it. And yeah, goodness me, some of those scenes. I don't really want to say too much, because obviously if you're watching this past 24 hours when we've taken the episode down, I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah, I'll just say what incredible scenes. My goodness, yeah, absolutely loved it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Now remember, this episode is only going to be up for 24 hours. So that means that after Tuesday, essentially, the episode will be taken down and you won't be able to watch it here anymore. You'll have to go to angel.com/testament to watch the series. But right now, episode 6 is already out on Angel. So if you can't wait, if you have to watch the next one right now, head over to angel.com/testament and you can watch to your heart's content. We'd love to have you there. What else? So I've got an interview coming up right now. So I recorded an interview where I spoke to Mohadi, Mido, and Hannah, who plays Mary, Captain Roche. Now you know his name, Captain Roche, and Dana. It was a wonderful interview. And then after that, come back here, and then we will chat with about a few things that are coming up and a few things that I'd love for you guys to get involved in. But yeah. Until then, here is my chat with these three wonderful, wonderful actors. Okay, guys, here I am, joined by the incredible trio who you saw so much of in this episode 5. I'm joined by the one and only Mohadi Masoul, who plays Mary of Magdala. Hello, 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 hello. Mido Hamada, who plays Captain, named to be revealed, Roche. And then Hannah McIver, who plays the wonderfully innocent and broken Dana. Guys, thanks so much for joining. It's awesome to have you here. I know it's on Zoom this time, not in person, but I don't think we'd all fit around the table, to be honest. Mido, so you've done like an array, all sorts of roles, all sorts of different productions. It's quite fun seeing you in lots of things because you're always someone different, and it's fun to find Mido. But what was it, I guess, about the captain? Because I think, from the beginning and, the first episode, people might think that, that's it. He's just this captain, but there's a bit more to him. What kind of drew you to this role?
Kind of his arc. I really loved his arc. I think we're still going to discover more of his arc as we go on. But when we first meet the captain, he's kind of this very duty-bound, driven kind of human being who doesn't seem like he's a barrel of fun. But there's a lot much more to him, and there's a lot much more that's going on underneath. And as we find out why he maybe is the way he is. But I think, one of the first things that I always like to look at when I play at any character is to see if there's a switch. And there's a definite switch in this character and in his arc. And that's kind of what I was really hoping to explore. And, and with your help and everybody else, we got to explore that.
And we'll go for Hannah as well. So, at least the captain of the Temple Guard is mentioned in the Bible. So, like you are a character that's there. Hannah, you play Dana, who is for all intents and purposes, we've created her. So there's a bit more of a blank slate for you. But I guess there's a whole heap of stereotypes on this type of character and things like that. What kind of brought you into this?
When you say stereotypes, that was one thing I really didn't kind of want to do. I wanted to make sure that I played an addict authentically. And I actually, when I was doing my character work, I had an interview with an addict just to make sure that I really wanted to know what the thoughts were that were going through someone's head when they're in that kind of position. What's their body doing? Because I feel like it is, you could kind of do how we all think an addict acts. And I wanted to, make it as believable as I possibly could. I remember also I was a bit nervous coming into this with it being such a blank slate. But also I loved the freedom of that and the freedom that you gave me, Paul, to really play with this character. And both of us, it was like a collaborative thing that we created Dana from our minds, but also the influences that she would have had from the characters around her. And I hope everyone loves her as much as I liked playing her.
Mohadi, very different for you though. You're playing a very famous character. You're playing one of the most famous characters, which is odd because Mary is not talked about in the Bible much at all. There's only a few verses about her, but she's still, famous. So there's a lot of things around Mary. How did you find approaching a character that everyone has got such set pictures of, as wide and different as they are?
I had my own set picture already. Set picture. No, I I've always had compassion for her and I've always loved her. I've loved her since I was a little girl. So getting to play her was kind of like an out of body experience, as in like this is so it's still surreal. I think it'll hit when I'm not playing her one day when I'm like 108 years old. And I'm
Because
like,
that's when the series is running up to, isn't it? Yeah,
yes.
it's the,
So
yeah,
I'll
that's the
still
next.
be playing her. So I'll be like, guys, no, but like, I think it's because people are so amazed that a woman got to be the first person to see God when he rose again.
Yeah.
There's something about that, like the fact that in a world that was very patriarchal, so for Jesus to be friends with women and value their opinion. I mean, the woman at the well, no one knows her name, but she's famous too. And the lady who came and begged, who touched the hem of his garment so that she would, all these women that had fear about approaching an unknown man, but still had courage, and he acknowledged it. It's to have a woman be a leader in that world is kind of it's mind
Quite,
blowing.
I mean, let's start. There's been a lot of questions, I think, from the last time we saw the captain was in episode 3, and looking strangely off at two young women walking away from the club, and there's been a lot of theories about who he was.
And
Hannah, you
what
did.
are those theories? Do we know what those theories are?
Well,
Yeah.
Hannah did a whole theory video. Hannah, what were you? Because there was theories about you. There were theories about the captain.
There were theories that you were my dad.
Oh, is that right? Oh, very
Yeah.
interesting. How very interesting. Yeah, I can
I
see
know.
the resemblance. I can see why they did that. It makes perfect sense.
There were many theories. There was also mentions of maybe you being involved in the trafficking of the girls.
I
Of
can see that.
course, yes, that makes
You being the
sense.
secret boss that everyone was scared of, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, they think that your character is nasty.
But now we know, because I mean, I know, some of us haven't seen episode 5 yet, but from the time that we're showing this, people have. So now we know that you're an what did you say, Hannah? You said a nice guy, deep, 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 deep down.
Yes. Deep, deep,
That's
deep, 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 deep,
yeah, deep, 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 deep,
deep.
deep, deep, deep.
So very, very, very shallow person. Clearly.
Yeah, yeah. So Hannah, you have you're introduced in episode 3 in a wonderful establishment. You know, clean, lovely,
Yeah.
warm. That was just a filming location. Just more of like what was because you get to be in a few different locations in a few different very very varying worlds. Just more of you as Hannah. What was your kind of favorite moments to film, at least in episodes 3, 4, and 5? We won't go into the future yet.
No, because that's top secret.
Yeah.
What were some of my favorite parts? I had, to be fair, the majority of my scenes were with Mahadi. And and if I am completely honest, I've said it before, but I remember coming home from set on the days that I'd worked with Mahadi, and I've never felt such a connection with another actor before. Um, so when I was getting to act in front of Mahadi, it felt like such a gift. And I feel like that sounds really cheesy and cringe, but that is truly how it felt. And I've heard other cast members say it before, how it feels like a family. And again, it sounds cliche. A lot of people say it on a lot of projects, but this is really true. I cannot explain this group of people, just being around them every day, whether we're filming or not, in the green room, whatever it was. There was just this like air of magic that was just like kind of floating around between everyone. crew, cast, everyone. So I feel like something that I will take away from this project is genuinely the people.
You know, I think Mido and I have had chats about this quite a bit, just because I think Mido and I just like chatting. But you know, it's quite fun that this whole project is, you know, started in a family group as well. The fact that, you know, Faith and Kenneth and me, like, we're a family, and then you've got John and Pippa are also family, and it's just been nice because it's felt like, at least from my perspective, and hopefully from yours, that as people have been added, it's just like adding into a family that is already in existence, which has been lovely because it has felt different, at least for me on this project, in quite a wonderful way, that I feel like I can just call anyone and be like, hey.
Feels like we've all been added to your family, and I think it's felt like that really from the read through. Actually, to be honest, I think from the first day that we showed up for the read through all the way to the last day of filming, it's been a complete family affair, and I that really happens very rarely, if ever, and it's what made this whole experience actually really special. So it's not just that we're telling a very special story, but we told a very special story in a very special way. And I think that's what makes it really count for me.
Yeah. I mean, Mukhadi, you got to be in a lot of different places, a lot of different rooms. I have to say, it was quite fun because you get a face off against some big characters throughout. And you know, one of my favorite moments in episode 2 is when James is like storming down, and suddenly you just step in front of him, and he knows he can't pass you. He knows he's going to get, you know, he's going to get shut down if he tries. But as well, like, you know, you even in this episode, you hold your own against the captain. Like, it's just like, oh, hey, that's you. It's
men.
quite yeah, exactly. I mean, what scenes or what things did you enjoy filming the most when you were on set?
Oh wow. I agree with Hannah. It's getting to collaborate. I would have to say, like, I agree with Hannah, like working with everyone was wonderful. But I do have to sort of kind of talk about working with you specifically. We did some really tough scenes because Mary's story is Mary's story, and everyone will see more of it. And you know, when we're 108, they'll see even more. But from the audition room to set, like working together, you're sensitive, and you're a safe pair of hands. You're a really safe pair of hands. And that's really, like, it's really wonderful. I was saying to you that, no, was I saying to you, Anne? No, I was saying to you, Anne, that God set a standard for how I expect to work now. And it's very difficult when I'm not working like that. It's because I don't complain well, I complain to my agent, obviously, because you should, but I complain to God. I'm like, but you can't set a standard and then not do it forever. Because that's not, because I know now that we can work hard, we can work with integrity, we can work with diligence, like in the craft, like everybody is committed to their job, and we're exploring and collaborating and doing all the work that needs to be done. And the locations, some of them are cold and wet and damp and lovely. Some of them most of them and some of them are warm and lovely, but like at all times people are showing up to do their job, and everyone's got such investment in doing their job well, but they're so good to work with. And that's maybe that's the location, the people, like the how good the environment that you guys created for work. You set a way of working, and it trickles up or trickles down from, you know, the lead team. Like, you guys, you set a standard for this is how we're going to work, and everybody kind of was reassured in going in that direction. So it's wonderful wherever we were, even if it was raining and we were outside pretending it wasn't raining, and it was warm and lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember that scene, Mido, when we were all outside with the ministers in episode 5, and bless them, Gary Oliver, who plays Caiaphas, just started singing to pick up everyone's things. I remember Mido being like, "Well, we have to get them inside." He was right. He was right. But yeah, but
I was
bless them, they
worried.
did
I
it.
was worried about everybody's head.
Yeah, 100%. It was yeah, no, I think that, I mean, especially with the storyline that we're exploring in this, and spoilers ahead, we're leaving on cliffhangers in some storylines. This may or may not be one of them, but what we are doing is exploring.
Bad at not telling.
Huh?
You're so bad at not telling.
Yeah. But we're exploring, we're exploring some history of a potential history of Mary of Magdala, and we're doing it slowly. So it's quite fun because people think that we might be going the normal route of what has often been done previously, and it's quite fun to be able to know that no, we're not. It is going to be different. It's going to be a lot different than most people think. So that's going to be yeah. The tenderness and care that we have to treat this storyline is integral. Mido, you had some great scenes in especially this episode. I mean, for me, the boss shot is Moghadi getting pinned down by Mara, and then just hearing "wait," and then I mean, let's call it what it is: strutting like a hero. Let's just be. I mean, everyone, let's have a little applause for that walk, and just very calmly going, let it go. You had some boss moments in this season, and especially up to episode 5. What were some highlights?
I think the highlight was the final reveal of actually having Dana and Mary in my house, in the home. That was I think. Well, it was also, I just remember how we shot it, and the day that we shot it, and the house that we shot it, and how much fun that was, and trying to get it all done in the same day, and you wonder when you're going through these things and you're shooting these things, and you never know how it's going to turn out, and so much of this particular storyline was hanging on this opening scene where we all come together. And so when that moment finally arrived and we're sitting there, and it's just like everybody was saying, it's very easy to work with these two lovely ladies, and the work kind of does itself. And so that to me was the most fun, and also the most exciting, because I didn't know at this stage, I hadn't worked, or hadn't, my character hadn't come up against either one of them yet in a one-on-one situation. So this was interesting then to kind of see how they would connect with each other, and what the dynamics would be like, So yeah, no, I was looking forward to that. And yeah, we saw what it was like.
Mido, you, especially in episode 1 and 3, to be fair, because of that scene with Mara, you seem to encapsulate the character, not you, Mido. You're wonderful. Your character seems to encapsulate this blatant misogyny, and almost angry that Mara even works at the Temple Guard. And yet we've got this contradiction when you're just so happy to see Dana come back. What's that like, exploring all those kind of different, those real contradictions that almost don't make sense?
Yeah, I think it's what makes human beings humans. I think every single human being is a walking contradiction. And I think diving into those contradictions is what's really fun. So on the one hand, we see the captain, and yes, he comes across as a little bit misogynistic, but is he really, or is it just part of the job? And I think it always depends on who the captain is in front of, and that's the side that we're going to get. And I think that Dana, and the responsibility that was given to him over Dana, brings out a very particular side in him that we otherwise wouldn't see. So I think the opportunity that Dana offers Rosh, the captain, is to show people that he's a caring and loving human being underneath it all, and that he's conflicted. I think he's deeply conflicted about what's going on in the temple, and he's got to still do his job, you know, because he's very duty bound at the same time. So I think that's what's always beautiful to see, is what other actors and what other characters bring out in you. And to me, that was always wonderful to see when Hannah and I got into the scene, and you know, as you all saw.
I think I'm looking forward to seeing the captain realize that Dana and Mary are in his house.
I do love that shot. That is a great one.
Yeah. And just the reunion and him seeing that, you know, wait, what can I say? Of people watching this, have they seen it? Episode 5?
Yeah, they've seen episode 5.
Okay, so the captain sees Dana and she's clean. And
Yeah.
like what that must feel like for him.
I love the embrace, and then you caress her face and just like really see it in her eyes. It's gorgeous.
And also
Yeah.
the fact that he hasn't changed the locks.
That,
No.
that. Just that.
Always a little bit of hope there, you know, that you might come back and that it might happen. And I think that's like, I think you see it in the embrace. That little, that their hope was always there.
From the episodes that you've seen so far, give me your favorite moments. It doesn't have to be, you know, you might have a few, whatever, but give me your favorite moment. Oh, Mukhadi's already got her hand up. Go for it.
No, I have a question.
Oh,
Is it a moment for my character or a favorite moment just throughout?
can be anything.
I
It can be
have
either.
mine. I
Okay,
have
go on,
mine.
Hannah.
Mine is when Caleb walks.
Oh, the standing up and leaping and jumping around. Love that.
So good.
That was great.
So good.
We ended up having to film this scene twice, because the day that we were meant to film it, there was too much to film. It was kind of I overestimated how much there was to do, but also then it was starting to get dark. It started to rain, and I was thinking, oh, should I call it? Should I call it? I remember calling everyone and going like, guys, we're going to come back and film this another time. And then we got upstairs, and I thought, I don't know if I've made a horrible mistake. Maybe we should have pushed forward. And then it thundered and hailed, and I went, "Oh no, good, right call." So that was a wonderful. But a lot of actually his jumping up and whooping and everything was done on the first day of filming. So that was it wasn't wasted, thankfully. Yeah, no, I love that one. That's always
It
good.
was such a beautiful moment. Yeah, I love that. And it was good seeing it on the big screen at the premiere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was cool.
that was fun.
So epic. I like, and it might just be because I've got like, it probably is because my nephews and nieces have beaten my heart into submission. So my favorite moments are like the moments like of Stephen and the children and stuff, and how
Ooh, the sock
overwhelmed
puppets.
the sock puppets with Simon, all the like, and how overwhelmed these people are. Like every time, they're in over their head. Everyone, actually, for all the characters, when the moment when they realize, oh, I actually can't do this, and we see that, it's kind of reassuring for my moments in life when I'm like, oh yeah, it's not just me.
I feel like Dana would 100% get involved in the sock puppet before me.
Oh, fully.
It just feels very much in line with Dana's
I
character.
feel like she sewed them. She'd be sewing them.
She made them.
I made them. Oh, but I think she'd put on a good show as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mido, favorite moment.
Favorite moment, definitely Saul's moment when he touches the grave when there. That's definitely one of my favorites. And then Barnabas and Peter. That's one of my favorite scenes. I love that scene. I love those two together. I love that moment they shared. I love the lightness that it brought in the particularness of that particular episode. And yeah, that was probably one of my favorites.
It was great because I'd worked with Peter Morton before on a different project, and he'd done all the read-throughs, and I knew I wanted him involved. And then eventually it was like, I think he might be Barnabas. And getting him to do that was like, oh, how could it be anybody else?
Exactly.
He's such a beautiful person.
He is. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me in this little act chat. And for everyone watching, hope you enjoyed that, because you've just seen episode 5. So here these amazing people are. Love them to bits. Aren't they awesome? But there's more to see from this storyline, and I don't want to spoil much. But keep tuned, because this one is a different one, and it's gonna surprise. I think that's Hannah. That's what you said it in your theory video. It's gonna take you on a journey. What? No, how did you end it? You went, stay tuned to find out what happens to Dana.
That was fantastic.
Try and enjoy it. That should be the sign off. But guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you soon, no doubt, for more combos and more episodes. Aren't they great? Absolutely wonderful, sensational people. I really, really love them. They put so much work and dedication into their roles and into their work in this show, and I'm truly grateful. So thank you, all of you three, for joining me on this live stream. Really appreciate it, and I'm sure the audience do too, don't we? Yeah, let's give a little round of applause. I mean, I can't hear you, but I'll just imagine that you're all giving them an applause. Yeah, guys. So I wanted to quickly say there's a couple of things that I'd love for us to do if you are able. So what we'd love is, if you have enjoyed these episodes, or if you've enjoyed watching Testament so far, we want to hear from you. We'd love to be able to you to send in a video of what you like best and where you're watching from in the world. That's the really exciting thing for us when we're watching these the comments and in the live chat on these live streams is that people are watching from all over the world. So if you head over to testamentseries.tv/family, testamentseries.tv/family, you'll find a form there which you can upload. Try and make a video under 90 seconds. So just record us a quick selfie video, just who you are, where you're watching from in the world, and it would be great to hear something that either has encouraged you so far from the show, what you've loved, a particular character, anything really. We just love to hear from you. And then lastly, if you do want to help this show further, if you want to support more than just watching it or sharing it, if you head over to testamentseries.tv/piff, you can help pay it forward. What happens is a portion of that money goes to help fund future production of season 2 of more episodes. That's what we want. So just head over to testamentseries.tv/piff if you want to help fund future seasons of Testament. Also, we're trying to dub the language into multiple languages, so it'll help with that as well. If you want to support more, if you're able, we really appreciate it. And finally, guys, we are a new show. Remember, we are only 5 weeks old now, because we did the first one on the first week. So we are 5 weeks old, just over a month. So we need all the support we can get. And by that, I mean, we want to get the word out there. We want to get this show out to as many people as possible. And the best way, genuinely the strongest way to do that is you. It is you talking about it. Word of mouth is still the biggest impact for new TV shows. It sounds crazy. That's not even social media. That's not any of that. That is literally talking face to face with somebody. It is the biggest driving impact on a TV show. So if you do enjoy it, if you like what you see, please do share it physically with someone. Let people know that you're watching a TV show that you love. I do it all the time, but I mean, I'm also biased because I directed the thing. But guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure spending this time with you. And yeah, episode 6 is next. Episode 6 is a... I don't want to say too much, because episode 6 is a big one, and it is truly, truly exciting. So instead of talking too much, as always, I'll leave you with the trailer for episode 6, which is called And Tomorrow.
Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. Keep me safe, my
Do not leave me. Without you, God, nothing makes sense.
How many times do you have to be told? Stay away from here.
Give me courage to speak.
They're reporting that their places of worship has been invaded by heretics.
Why does nobody understand?
There you're wrong.
Are you going to try and get your job back?
Remind me to love like you.
Will it work? As long as we are all prepared to do what it takes.
And when I lose my words, do not leave me, God. Don't leave me.